So this is our digital storyboard for the brand Yorkshire Dama cheese. So the company basically manufactures handmade halloumi cheese that is made from fresh cow's milk and goat's milk here in Yorkshire. Squeaky cheese, that is also known as halloumi cheese, has now been developed in 7 different flavors. This cheese is distributed all over the UK, specifically in Morrison's. The cheese has won almost 40 awards within 7 years of being in the business. The founder of the company is Razan Alsus, who came to the UK with her family after fleeing from the war in Syria in 2012. And she came here to give her family a second chance. She has a strong microbiological background, and she recognized the good quality of Yorkshire milk and started producing cheese herself in the local market. So the brand pillars and persona that we've identified for the company, the brand pillars are authenticity, quality, and community. And these also reflect Razan's values in relation to the company. The brand persona is the hero because it shows Razan's journey from overcoming big obstacles and challenges to now having a successful company. The brand mission is to provide the best quality cheese with locally sourced ingredients while supporting the local community, ecosystem, and the planet. So a little bit about the background of our storyboard. The elements of our story are emotional storytelling. That is, this is an emotional piece and it will evoke a response, emotional response from the viewers. It is based on Razan's story. It's from her son Kareem's perspective. The music piece that we've chosen is Experience by Ludovico Einaudi. This is also strategically chosen as it evokes multiple emotional responses from you, viewers and listeners. The characters are 18-year-old Kareem, who plays the present day Kareem, 7-year-old Kareem, when the scenes are in the memory, down memory lane, Razan Alsus, of course, her husband and the 2 daughters, an 8-year-old boy and his mother. The name of her digital campaign is Yorkshire Dama cheese, made with mother's love. And now I'll be handing over to my colleague Sushma, who will be talking about the beginning of the story.
Hi, I'm Sushma, and I'll be taking over the beginning part of the storyboard. Beginning, middle, and the end are easily defined as the 3 parts that make up a story. Let's start by looking at each piece individually. Scene 1 starts with the most popular classical music called Experience playing in the background, where Kareem Razan Alsus's son steps into Morrison's. That's when he notices a bright red paper plane fly beside him, which takes him to a trip down memory lane. The camera here is moved towards him looking at the red paper plane and then focuses entirely on the plane until he feels the need to close his eyes and slips into the memory of entering Yorkshire. Scene 2. Scene 2 is where Kareem finds himself and his family strung and petrified in the land of uncertainty that is Yorkshire. This is where Kareem's father strengthens his family, saying, "Hope is a good thing." The camera then focuses on plane Kareem held, and that's when the music gets louder to make it provoking. The camera then follows them from behind the moment they enter Yorkshire. Scene 3. Kareem's family then settles in a place he thought can never be called home. Razan switches on the TV to deflect her family and change the environment that was formed at their house. But the minute she turns on the TV, little did she know it was going to make the environment worse. All they could see and hear were about the Syria war, which disturbed them even more. But she thought to herself that she couldn't lose it. She has to be there for the betterment and gives them a warm hug. The camera here focuses on the hug and the comfort that she gives the children, and shifts its focus towards the paper plane with the music evoking gloomiest of spirits. Scene 4. Scene 4 starts with Razan saying, "You 3 haven't had anything since morning. Come have some milk." Kareem's sister asks Razan if she could grab a slice of cheese, to which she agrees. The camera here is moved towards Razan, handing over a glass of milk to Kareem, knowing he would never be able to finish, and a slice of cheese to his sister. That's when Kareem's sister says, "Ew, I don't like this cheese." Surprisingly, Kareem manages to finish the whole glass of milk and asks for more. And now we move on to the second part, which is the middle, and will be taken over by my colleagues Chinar and Rinki.
Thank you, Sushma. I'll be taking over the middle part of the storyboard. Scene 5. Razan was quite curious to know why Kareem managed to finish the whole glass of milk and ask for more. Is it hunger? She tasted and said, "This milk can be put to great use. Guess I have a fantastic idea. The camera zooms in on Kareem, who is holding his plane and looking at his mother with a puzzled expression. Coming to scene 6, Razan and her family are gathered around the ice cream churner that her husband has re-engineered to experiment with her cheese making. The camera pans from Razan pouring milk into the machine to her children, curiously looking inside the machine, and to Kareem's plane flying across the room. Scene 7. The camera follows Razan as she gathers her children at the dining table and says, "Here it is, I present to you our homemade halloumi." The camera focuses on Kareem's sister as she tells Razan, "Delicious. It took me back to her home in Syria." Now my colleague, Rinki, will talk about scene 8 and scene 9.
Thank you so much, Anar. So after receiving the positive feedback from her children, Razan thought to spread this love and cheese to the people around her. So the camera follows Kareem as he plays with the plane at a trade show. Here, the setting is in a trade show where Razan has put up a stall to sell out the cheese. The camera then focuses to Razan, who is selling her cheese to people approaching the stall excitedly. And her son Kareem is just watching the crowd very happily as he hears somebody saying, "This tastes extraordinary. This is going to grow huge." The music reaches a crescendo and becomes hopeful. In the next scene, we can see as she gets so much positive response from the people around, she gains a lot of confidence. A lot of investors start approaching her. The cameras follow Razan enter the investor's office with confidence. Then it focuses on the investors who says, "I see a great potential here. I would like to offer 2,500 pounds. This was huge for her. And her camera focuses on her face, showing her how grateful she is, her expressions for her first investment. At the same time, the camera follows follows them from the back, the whole family facing towards the factory, Yorkshire Dama cheese. And it focuses on the Kareem's emotional eyes as he looks at the factory and then to his mother. Then it follows a Kareem's plane as he throws it higher than ever before. Then the end part would be taken over by my colleague, Kenisha.
Thank you, Rinki. Now, scene 10 takes us back to Morrison's. The violin music fades as 18-year-old Kareem is suddenly awakened from his memories. The camera follows the little boy run to his paper plane that lands next to the packet of Yorkshire squeaky cheese. And he says, "Mom, look squeaky." The camera focuses to the mother as she picks up the packet of cheese because of the pleading eyes of her son. Scene 11, in Morrison's, the camera zooms on Kareem's face as he looks at the little boy, and he is reminded of himself, and his eyes hold multiple emotions. He gives a proud smile and keeps walking. Scene 12, a little boy's home. The camera follows the mother of little boy serving him the cheese for breakfast. The camera focuses a little boy's excited face as he looks at his mother full of adoration. A banner appears that reads, "Yorkshire Dama cheese made with mother's love." The call to action is a button below the banner that says, "Learn more," and take all viewers to our story page on the website. Thank you all for watching. Here are the references.